Let's take a time to watch this video, then we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us why.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know some of you must have seen the viral video going around regarding a situation in our Mama in Imo State. We are here today. My name is Nkechi Erugbu, the Commissioner for Women Affairs. This is a colleague from Virgin Arts. This is another colleague from Olumbe. This is the Director for Child in the Ministry of Women Affairs. This is the woman in question that lost her husband. As you recall from the video, they threatened they were going to give her, wash her husband's corpse and give her the property. So what we decided to do was invite ourselves to the burial. We were not invited, but we invited ourselves to the burial. We came in inviting the chairman of the council, Chief Opaliwe, who went with us with some security personnel, and we invited ourselves to the burial. The reason we invited ourselves to the burial is this does not happen in Imo State. I repeat, this does not happen anywhere in Ogun or anywhere in Imo State. So we are not going to allow it to happen. As a matter of fact, we went there today showing a little message to the people that were involved. Some people were arrested, but I assure you that next time any kind of this thing happens in Imo State, every single person involved will be arrested. And they'll be charged for attempted murder. Because when you watch somebody's corpse and give somebody to drink, you want to kill that person. And it is poison and you want to kill that person. So we went to that burial, invited ourselves to that burial. We stayed there until the man was buried. We stayed there until everything, the grave site was closed before we left there. So we're here today to say, please, not just in Imo State, all over the part of Nigeria, please, this should not happen. It should not happen. When a widow is mourning her husband, allow her to mourn her husband instead of the family members doing all they did today. But we are glad everything went well, and we are glad we succeeded in having a very good burial for the man. It wasn't the way we planned it to be, but we invited ourselves and we made sure it happened. I'm sure some of our colleagues may want to say something else, but never again in Imo State, we are not going to tolerate it. The government of Imo State does not tolerate it. Her Excellency has been calling, she does not tolerate it. None of the CSOs, not the Minister of Women Affairs, will tolerate such incidents again. Thank you very much.
We have watched the video and it makes sense. A woman's husband died in Imo State, and then she was told by her in-laws that she's going to drink the body used, the water used to wash the body of the man. Let me say this very, very categorically. If you are marrying from an Igbo community, especially, mostly as a lady, and you are not from that community, you suffer more than those who are married into that community. This is a practice that is not talked about most often. I wonder why mother-in-laws, and mostly these adas, first daughters that are just residual, they don't have any other duty than to just be wicked. They choose to treat these women who are grieving with contempt, with hate. You start having to hear things like, you go carry the children and run, you go chop my husband's property, the husband's property. And what is the property in most cases? Television, a piece of land. And that is what they fight. And most times, right, they have built generational hate between this man's children, all right, and themselves. They treat the woman anyhow. And if people who know about this, right, I wish they can say some of the things they have experienced. They create generational hate, and at the end of the day, the children can't be close to them anymore. They just seem to have a way of taking that man who is late, his children, away from their family instead of embracing with love. Why? Because of hate for their mother. It is so sad. And I like that the government in Imo State are trying to work this out. It is a sad reality. Some people may want to throw defenses at it, saying it's not just the women that do it in Imo State or in other states. Yes. But there is a fortitude of love that the woman gives, that the mother-in-law gives, that doesn't make the woman who is grieving see the family in an evil light. Except the man who is late has said things about his wife, aside that one. But in most cases, they just choose to believe that the death of their son was caused by the woman. They stigmatize her, they call her witch till the children grow up. Let's have conscience. Let's be reasonable as humans first. This is not just about the women alone, but in this case, I think it's more about it. That's the reason I'm talking about the women. There are men, there are brothers who also stand and they begin to fight for properties, and in doing so, they create generational hate. The man's children cannot go to the village anymore. They don't feel welcome. And so the posterity of that man that has died cannot be lived in that family. It's a sad reality. It is.